Hello there, YouTube family. Life's a game. Back once again. Greetings, greetings. Hope you guys are all doing well. Another video. Again, I'm excited to bring you guys yet another video. This time, Manhunt Leto. The next Division 2 Manhunt that came out, the most recent one, getting closer to revealing more of Keener's secrets, I guess you could say. But I just want to kind of use this time with this video specifically, since it is going to be like pretty long. It is like an hour plus like long. And I'm not sure if you guys like the content with the hour-long videos. I'm not sure. I know a few of you guys might have watched my last video. I didn't intend on it being that long, but that was like, it was a group of randoms. I was respectively running with, and I was using a heroic tailored build. I mean, I had a few agents in my party that I knew. I think I had one agent, one friend that was in there that happened to join, but I was using a heroic tailored build, so it took pretty long. And some content that could happen, but right now with this one respectively being a whole manhunt, and I usually tackle it all at once. It's all so it's just all recorded, all put all together. It usually tends to be an hour plus long, so. I'm not sure. I mean, I do enjoy this content. I enjoy playing for that amount of time. I'm not sure if you guys enjoy like having an hour-long video. Please let me know if it is something that you guys enjoy watching. If you do enjoy my long content and don't have a problem with it, I will continue to bring some of those out. Every single video will not be long like that, an hour plus long. A lot of them will be like within within an hour 30 minutes to an hour, like within 30-60 minutes between that. That's what I'll try and make them. I can't make any promises sometimes because there's certain content that I tackle that it might take some time. It requires time, patience, and it could take some time depending on my teammates and who respectively joins my group and what I'm doing, what's going on, and what I'm trying to explain. So that just depends. But just to let you know, there will be some videos that will touch an hour. For those of you that love the new content, the new long content, I guess that's a plus for you. But for those of you that don't like it, you can always feel free to fast forward or just watch the areas that you need to watch. But just a quick heads up, because I know I came out with that other hour-long video showcasing the heroic tailored one exotic build, and that video was a little long. Like when I look back at it, I was like, man, yeah, that one was a little out there. I did enjoy the discussion, and I hope you guys did too, that I had during the video with you guys. But yeah, that's just one of the things. So there could be these videos. If you do like them, then cool. We'll just continue them either way. But just to let you guys know that. But moving forward, yeah, what I want to kind of use this time to do while this video is playing is just kind of talk a little bit about the division and the direction it's respectively moving forward. You know, there's been a lot said. There's been like a lot said on the Division 2 and its direction. Like as far as year 6, I mean, year 6, that's crazy. It's like we blinked and we're already here. Game's been out for 6 years, so it's like one of the things I just wanted to touch on with that and the direction we could possibly see it going leading into Division 3, the DLC, like the Division 2 being a looter shooter. One thing that got me kind of like in a sense like was looter shooters usually they will upgrade their or bring DLC out with different things every like 6 months to like a year, because it's a looter shooter. They gotta always consistently be upgrading or adding new gear, new weapons, new missions to the game, just new things, because there's more players looking to play, the bigger it gets. There's newer games coming out, like if Looter Shooter's 3 years old, or like for instance the Division here, now it's 6 years old we can use for example. When it's trying to compete with games that are coming out in 2023, 2022 even, 2024, this year even, and you want a fan base, and you want that fan base to stay, you want that fan base to continue playing your game, you have to show them something that competes with the current market of games that are out right now. Like if they came out with another shooter, like there's other shooters coming out right now, but if they came out with another third-person shooter that had things like being done that were like better than the Division, they'd have to add something in this game or something, or a mode or something to keep people playing. Like you can't just make mediocre stuff and content and just have people playing. And I'm saying that because I'm going to touch on something very important like later on, like or pretty much like soon. Like I said, I'm more or less saying that to say like you can't, like with looter shooters usually you have to always be on like the grind. Like the developers of any of those franchises like Warframe, Destiny, they all know they have to always be coming out with something like every 6 months, every 8 to 12 months at the very least. They're coming out with new content, another DLC, another like brand new exotic that actually is something people want to use, that they could work to. Whereas with the Division, this is just something I want to touch on. Like with the Division, they didn't really do that. Like they came out, like the game came out and they didn't come out with their first major DLC till Warlords of New York, which I believe came out in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. and that was pushed back in a sense because I believe it was originally stated for 2019. Originally, they kind of had their eyesights on 2019 when they released that, but it came out in 2020. That's 2 years after the game's release, so it's like it's crazy how Division could have so many players still that hold on, even when the developers aren't releasing 6 to 12 month content. You know, that just shows you like the whole difference of this game, how unique it is and how different it is, because it has a player base still. It still has a player base, even when they're not upgrading the game like the way they should be, or doing things like the way they said they were going to do or promised they were going to do. They still have a lot of a player base that's still waiting. And so when Warlords of New York came out, a lot of people did leave, but a lot of people did return too to the game. Like they were waiting on that, and they were like, finally it came. But then ever since Warlords of New York, like it was a really great DLC. It came, there was more to the story. You got to really see like more of what was going on with Keener and different stuff. But following that, after that, there's been like this huge gap. And it's been like 4 years. That's insane. Since that DLC, and we're just now beginning to get like another DLC. We're just now in the process of possibly getting a DLC. We are getting a DLC. But the thing is, I want to touch on that is because we're just barely in the process of saying that the DLC is going to launch, or people were expecting it in 2024. That's crazy because Warlords of New York came out in 2020. It's 2024. It's been 4 years, and we still have not gotten a DLC for this. They've come out with things in between, like little things like Countdown, like different, like other like little small things. The Incursion came out. I enjoyed the Incursion. I think the Incursion was something very positive that they did. One of the few positive things they did during this gap and wait time for the next DLC following Warlords. But they came out with a few things, and I think what they could have done more, respectively, guys, I think, looking at the community from the outside looking in, I think what they could have done, considering I never played Division 1, so I don't know how much merit this has on this, but I know a lot of you guys talk about this game mode called Survival. And if they were serious about keeping their player base around and whatnot, I feel they should have made something like that to at least mesh with the team, knowing that they weren't going to bring the DLC out, or they weren't going to do what original looter shooters usually do, bring out like new content all the time. Like, it's just I don't know, like them not knowing, them like bringing out like different content like that would help. Like them bringing the content that all of you guys are asking for. Like instead of just like, if they would have known that it wouldn't have went that far, if they weren't going to do that, why didn't they just bring out Survival? Why didn't they make like just different like things? Why didn't they really work on like the PvP aspect, I guess, for you PvP players? Like if they knew it was going to take 3 to 4 years to get the next DLC out. I mean, I don't even think they even were planning that. I think they were originally planning to close the Division 2, actually. I think after Warlords of New York, they were kind of planning, saying, we're going to focus on Division 3. And a lot of the community, and for good reason too, I'm glad this happened, we're saying, no, you guys could do a lot more with this. They could add more missions, they could add more raids, they could do more legendary areas, like more legendary missions too they could add. There's so much more they could do with it, and the Division 2, like they hadn't even touched, the sky's the limit, and it hadn't even launched yet at this point. I don't think the devs did they did like a great job on the game, but there's so much more they could have done, which is why the community fought back, which made sense. Like they realistically, like they fought back and said, hey, give us like more of this product. We want to play this game more. We want to see new areas of the map. We want to, like, imagine playing this and like going to an area like where there's waterfalls and stuff, and just having more like new spots like to go in and see, and different things, like different facilities and stuff, like maybe like a desert section area for something. I don't know, maybe like just a quick mission that brings you out somewhere and takes you back for something you have to do. I don't know. Like people would love to see that with this game's graphics and the engine it's running on. That would be crazy. Like it would be insane. It would be cool. But the developers, for whatever reason, the devs, they never came up they never did much with it, and I think the community kind of got frustrated with that, and that's why they were waiting for what's next after Warlords of New York. I'm sure that you guys are going to bring something else. Division 1 had so much promise, from what a lot of you agents tell me, and what I hear, it had so much promise. The snow in New York that you guys are telling me, I hear so much about what they had. I see the game. And I'm like, surely with this one, running on a better engine, like better graphics, would be able to produce more of the same content that was good in that game, while also enhancing that content while producing additional new content. But they didn't really, I don't know, guys, like, I don't know if you agree. Tell me below in the comment section if you agree, but I don't think the developers really capitalized on this game, what this game really could have been. Like, this game could have been huge. Like, they talk about Destiny and those other titles out there and stuff. I'm like, this could have literally been at the top with no question. Like, if they would have really worked on this. I feel really added a lot of new missions. Maybe a mission that, who knows, could take you to space on a mission like coming back down or something, like out of a pod, skydive. I don't know. They could have done so much with this game, and it's like, I don't know. They never did it for whatever reason. They never focused enough to do it. And I don't know if that was because they had Avatar in mind from back then and Star Wars, and they thought those games were going to be this mega big hit that Avatar definitely did not become. It's just literally Far Cry 6.5. Still waiting on that Far Cry 7. I'm really a Far Cry fan. I enjoy Far Cry as well. And then also Star Wars Outlaws, which I'm really interested in Star Wars Outlaws. I think I'll definitely be running that one when it does release for you guys, for all of you guys that are interested in that. But that game, even too, from the critique I've been seeing from it getting, like from what I've been seeing it get, the critique from a lot of the fans, it's not even shaping out to be the game that they spent all the time working on it to be. So looking at these things now, I'm like, I don't know if it was because of these games. And I'm not saying Star Wars is going to be bad. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to look really good. I think people are just need to give it a chance. I feel like that game has a lot to offer from what I've been seeing, what I've been hearing from interviews on it. But I'm just saying, if they did that kind of stuff and took that kind of effort on this game could have been huge. I mean, like mega huge. It could have been bigger than it is now, and that's scary because this game is really big as it is now. So it's super popular. It's not super popular. It's not the most popular. It's not as popular as Destiny or like say Call of Duty. But if they would have worked on it the way they should have, it would have been up there with Call of Duty and all that by now. A lot of people would have known it. They would have been like, hey, you say Call of Duty or whatever, you say Destiny, people say Division. It's right there. It's like right next to it. You know? It's like literally like Goku and Vegeta, like basically. It's like, they're right next to it. So it's like this game could have been at that level, like in that caliber level, had they put the time that they should have put in it going off of Division 1's respective success. If they would have done that, and you guys saw all the promise in Division 1, and that's why people were beyond hyped for Division 2, and just the look of it and everything. And they did, from what I'm seeing, like they did not deliver fully on that. They delivered highly on a lot of aspects. It's a much greater game than Division 1 from what I'm seeing, what I'm playing, and the smoothness of it and the look. But as far as delivering what they should have delivered to the fans and whatnot, it's just tough. It's hard, like to say that you guys got everything that you're looking for, that you wanted at least. So that's just that's something I'm just looking at. I'm just trying to kind of critique it, guys. I know it's just my opinion, but it's just something I gotta look at. I gotta honestly look at as we're going through it, because it's like I really like the Division 2. I really love the Division 2. I play it. You guys see me play it obviously all the time, and I see so much that can be done with the game. And I'm like, I just hope with the Division 3 that the devs really step on the gas with it and just really just get it down, like with it, and just get us these things, like bring survival back, bring things that people want, make more raids upon release, like incursions, just have those things in place for endgame, because people are going to be at the endgame. Like just have it all there. Like I think Division 2 came and they didn't really like know what direction they wanted to go in, and I think that's what led to Warlords of New York being delayed and all sorts of different stuff. And then once they got their ground, their footing, that's when they were like, okay, we'll release it now in 2020. We kind of have a feeling where we're going to go, where the story's going to go. So when they start asking all these questions, when they run through it, we'll be able to give them good viable answers. Like I have no clue, because it's just there's so much promise from this game, and everything they've done, even if it wasn't the greatest, it's like it's still good in its own right. Like for instance, Countdown, like you could still go there. It's just a quick run, but it has its perks. Like you get things quick. There's always something that comes with the thing, and the stages they take you to. You could tell that the great detail of the area. They spent time on it. You just look at some of the areas, like when you go in Incursion, just look at some of the pictures, look at like some of the spots. You could tell that these developers spent actual time developing, crafting that up to what it was. And that was just one mission. I'm like, imagine they did like a whole another 2 like raids like that. Imagine they did like another like 2 legendary missions like that. Imagine they did like another 2 like incursions like that or something, and release it all as like a DLC. That's all we would need, really. That's what I'm saying. So it's just something to think about. Like the Division has so much promise. And I just want to touch on that because, going over this Project Leto, it's just interesting because it's like, or Manhunt Leto, it's just, it just made me think about how far we've come with these manhunts. Like how long have we been doing these? Like, I just feel like a lot of it's rinse and repeat at times. I'm in the same areas, and it is telling you more of the story, but it's like, man, is it time for a refreshing movement? Boy, oh boy, is it time for a refreshing movement to another area of the map, Brooklyn, something. Maybe we take a quick trip away from New York, like I said, to maybe an area The Egyptian desert. I don't even know why they'd be going there, but I just like to see the graphics like there, or in an area like that, or something. I don't know. Like just you go like in a pyramid. I don't know. I'm just coming up with these ideas, and coming up with ideas. Touching on that note, I was gonna tell you guys about something else too. I did touch on it in one of my videos. I did say I was gonna get back to it. An exotic. This is just a thought for the devs. If you guys ever come across this video, or anybody wants to ever report this in, I might report it in myself, but it's just a thought I have. An ice exotic. Like, I don't understand why that has still not been done. We have exotics that can possibly poison. We have like different things. We have flame exotics. I'm like, we have one that electrocutes. I'm like, why isn't there one like where you shoot the enemy and they're frozen for like 10 seconds or like 5 seconds, and then and while they're frozen, your critical hit damage is increased for those seconds. It freezes or something if you can hit it in a certain area, or like apply like a flame, something like flame to it or something. It could destroy the ice, killing them instantly. Like if you can get a headshot when they're in the ice, like they should do something like that. I don't understand like why that. You know how that much that would help, especially like with solo content, like with different little different things. Like if you could freeze enemies just for 5 seconds, like and just be able to move because it's like a unique exotic. I think they should do that. I think the devs should do that. They should make an ice exotic. I don't know why they haven't done that. A frozen exotic that could freeze enemies. You can get buffs as enemies are frozen. And if you can headshot them when they're frozen, it will burst the ice, automatically killing them. Meaning that's like the perk of like the gun. It freezes them, and if you can get that, and they could probably add something more. Like if you like freeze like how many of them you freeze is how much. Like if you freeze 3 of them, if another one's in a certain like radius, he gets frozen too, so that's 4 or 5. If there's one close to him, it's 5. I don't know. They just need to do something. Cause I'm like, the ice is lacking in this game. Honestly, I'm like, man, imagine seeing all the nice ice particles. Man, I can't even speak right now. Ice particles like in the air of the game, and seeing all the shininess and seeing it, evaporate up after exploding, and seeing the white smoke and all that. That would be cool. I would like that. I think that'd be a really neat, cool exotic. I think a lot of us would like that. These are the ideas I'm talking about. I'm like, I don't know, like the devs, I want them to just, the developers to like really like just think about these things and just add these things in. These are fun things that they could add in, and just that could revamp the entire game. A lot of these things, like in addition to having new missions, new raid, maybe a new raids, new incursion. They're most likely probably not going to do this stuff, guys. It's all just speculation. It's my opinion. It's something I'd love to see. Obviously, Division 3 being on the horizon, it's most likely probably not possible that they're even going to do that. But with this next DLC going to Brooklyn, which brings us there, it's very interesting to see what we're going to get out of that. Because I'm like, they did mention a lot of different things that's coming. I believe they said this year, because they were going to do the seasonal characters. But in that Masters difficulty, I'm interested in that Masters difficulty. I want to see what they're doing with that. I don't imagine at all that it's harder than Legendary. I think it's just a certain way of them doing things in a certain area with a certain group of enemies. It could be a way of them doing a certain type of mode. I don't know, but I don't see anything being harder than Legendary. I just don't see that. So if that happens, like majority of people are not going to be running that. This will be like top 1% in the game, 2%. A lot of people aren't going to be running that. I know myself, of course, you guys already know I'll be running it. What channel to come do, what I'm going to be running. But I don't think it's going to be harder than Legendary. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be structured in such a way it's going to require teamwork to get done. So I think it's going to be, I think in a sense, if they wanted to do something that's more so than Legendary, like if it's like Master difficulty, they want to make it harder than Legendary, they'd have to make something with mechanics that are like raids, but the enemies hit like Legendary AI. And that's just a nightmare right there, just saying that. Just me saying that, I know a lot of you guys are like, what are you talking about? It's like, come on, Life's a Game, what are you talking about? But yeah, it's just like, that's what I think it would be, because the thing is, it's weird. With raids, there's mechanics, but the enemies aren't like Legendary AI. They're much weaker than Legendary AI. But in Legendary AI, in Legendary, at least, there's no mechanics like that. It's just, you just have to know how to play Legendary and you can win. There is mechanics in the sense of structure of your team, but I'm talking about like somebody's got to turn the valve or something while this guy's running here, or somebody has to shoot this while they're there. When this lights up, there's no type of mechanics like that in the Legendary mission. You just go, and as long as you have your build and you know how to fight, you're good. Whereas in, as I said, raids, you have to know the mechanics, and you can have the strongest build. Like you can have the strongest build. You can dominate the raid, but if you don't know the mechanics, you're gonna wipe every single time. So I think to have something like Master difficulty that's better than Legendary, or more difficult than Legendary, I would say, is to have the mechanics like a raid and the difficulty like Legendary. That's just my honest opinion on it. That's what I think. I wouldn't want to run anything like that, to be honest. That would kind of be like a headache in a sense. But I'll say this though, if they wanted to release one last grand project of this game, one last stronghold or something that is something of that sort, I would love to indulge in that if that was to be the case. If there would release one, I want to be a fan of multiple of them because that would just be a lot of work. The incursions are a lot of work. Legendaries a lot of work. Imagine those combining the two. How many agents you think you'd find that would be able to do that the way they're supposed to do it in order to realistically win and then conquer the mission? That's something in and of itself to think about. So yeah, but having one grand mission like that, one grand one, I would love that. I think, I don't know, maybe a lot of you guys would love it too. That are fans of this channel might like that too, but that would be some tough content. But yeah. So I just feel like the Division, like moving forward, like there's just so much that like there's things that could still be done. I mean, even with the game now, I mean, just look at the game, you guys. I mean, just look at it. This is a 6-year-old game. It doesn't look anything like that. I was just talking to somebody earlier, and I was telling them it's a 6-year-old game, and they were like, a 6-year-old game, and they were looking at it like, what? Like they're looking at it like somebody that obviously didn't play games like that, but they were looking at the game thinking it just came out like last year or something. They're like, it looks like stuff they're seeing. So I'm like, that just shows you the talent of the developers that made this game and the love that they put into doing this. Because let me tell you, it's not every game that just ages like that well like that. Like there's a reason why they age like that, is because the developers put time into it. What's another game I say that's like that? You guys might be familiar with this. Maybe some of you guys, I don't know, a lot of you guys like within this genre of gaming that would play this, but Plague Tale, Plague Tale Innocence. There's that. And there's also Plague Tale Requiem. You know, Amicia, the girl and whatnot, and Hugo, the kid. That game has a lot of great scenery. Like its graphics are like amazing. Like it looks so good, and like it's just it's something like, you know, that the developers put time into. Like there's no questions about it. Like when you look at something like that, you just know that they put time in it. All the little details in the towns, everything, you just know. And so when I see this game and you look around, look at everything on the screen, look at the trash, look at the windows, look at the placement on the windows, the lighting on the windows, the lockers, the staircases, the detail on it, the door handles, the sizing of the door relative to your character. Your character's not too much bigger than the car. You look like you belong in the world. Nothing looks off. They put time into this thing. They thought about this. The realism of the way it looks, you holding the gun when you have to reload. There's just nothing like the Division, I'm telling you, as far as third person. There is none. And they put time into this thing. That's why I keep telling people, I'm like, is this when this game blows up? And it's blown up and it's right in its sense, but I'm telling you, it hasn't really blown up to its full potential. That's the thing about it. That's the scary thing about it. It hasn't blown up to its full potential. And look how big it is. Once it blows up to its full potential and they start doing what they're really supposed to do, a lot of those other titles like Destiny and the others get Warframe, some of those other like titles out there that are competing against this, they're gonna really be like in the rearview mirror. Like I feel like once this game really gets with it, they incorporate third person and first person into their thing, and they really get it down. They already have third person down. I'm telling you, I feel it like we have to have the right developers to do that. Though, that are gonna spend that time on it, that are gonna make those switches, listen to the community, kind of like what First Descendant's doing. In a sense, you know, they're doing their best to listen to the community at the highest level. Developers start doing that, and they start adding stuff in this game. It would be crazy. You guys tell me this. I'm gonna say this. Touching on the First Descendant, you tell me this: if this game was getting content like how the First Descendant's getting content, all them different new bosses, different areas, section of areas you can go to, the plains, the forest, the ice area, the glaciers. I think all you need is like a molten place, like a lava place. They might have it, but I'm just telling you guys right now. If this game was getting updates like the First Descendant was getting, with the way it looks, the way this game looks, and the way it is, you can't sit here and tell me that you wouldn't be playing this game more or less all day. For you, those of you that play it, there'd be so much to do. That'd be crazy with crossplay. A lot of you guys on here that keep begging and wanting to play with me, you could play with me during crossplay. Imagine we're getting content like the First Descendant. Imagine that. That would be insane. Like that's what I mean. Like if the Division lived up to its looter shooter genre, like not genre, it lived up to its looter shooter potential like that. It's crazy. Like there would be. I'm telling you. Like you guys tell me what shooter below in the comments if you can. What looter shooter would compete with this if it was releasing content like the First Descendant in new different areas you could go to, swamps, ice glaciers, and stuff. This game, how it looks and all that, snow and all that stuff, and that, I'm not even going to get into it. If that was happening, it would be game over. People know that already. I mean, you might not agree, and that's your own prerogative if you don't, but it is what it is. With this game and how much it's been lacking and how popular it still is, that speaks volumes already right there. That's how I know what I'm saying. It's got to have some true merit. because I'm like, this game has a lot of potential. It's just the developers, for whatever reason, haven't really exercised it fully. They have not. I don't know how much work it is. It's probably a lot of work to do this. I can just imagine that it is a lot of work to make a game run run smooth and run how it is. That's why there's so many bugs it might have at times. But I'm telling you, this game, like, there's just something about it. That's when I fell in love with it. There's something about it. Like, it caught my attention, like, unlike any other shooter game in the past has. Like, there was just something about it. I was like, why is this so fluid? Why is this so, they shoot the gun, the way they reload it and everything. I'm like, there's just something about it. And I knew it from then. I was like, this game is special. From then, I'm telling you, when I was trying it out as a beta, I knew it. And lo and behold, so it is what it is. But I'm just trying to talk with you guys a little bit about what I think it should be getting more so in the future as time's going on. But yeah, just touching on some points. I'm just showing you play of Project Leto. So we did like another, we just did something else there. We have another, it looks like we have a mission there, bank headquarters to do. But yeah, this is some food for thought into the next Division game and like what they could do. And that just gets me excited for Division 3, really, guys. So you tell me your thoughts below. What do you think Division 3 is going to bring? What do you guys think it's going to have? Like, I mean, what do you want to see in it? What's your thing that you want to see? What do you think the biggest thing would be? I mean, would it be crossplay? Would it be just having more areas to explore instead of just having one area of the map? Maybe they take you from maybe Washington and Brooklyn to maybe like somewhere like somewhere in Hawaii or something, or maybe Egypt, Spain. They take you over the globe. Maybe Division 3 takes you over the globe and you get to experience different stuff. You travel over the ocean. You get to get on your the ship, and then you get to like kind of see like the warship, and you get to see the ocean and stuff. I don't know, like, and you get to prep for your mission, and you're launched out in the pod or whatever. Like, I'm just getting these little ideas. I'm just saying, what do you guys expect to see like in that? What do you think? How do you think Division 3 should go? How you think it should be. Just let me know below if there's any ideas that I have not touched on, any unique things you're thinking that should be in Division 3. You're thinking this should be in there. They should do this with the weaponry, with the guns. They should make you be able to equip 3 exotics now and be able to do this. They should make you be able to change your build on the fly during a mission because the enemies can adapt to this situation. Just little things like that. I'm gonna touch on that again too, because I did talk about that before, and that's just the enemies being able to adapt. Like if in Division 3, if they let the AI be smart, because with all this new AI technology now coming out in the world, they can make a game for sure. I'm sure that can pick up your style of play and get better as you're progressing through, so that you literally have no choice but to adjust. Like how they say, champions adjust. So it's like, champions adjust. So it's like whoever's a real champion is going to adjust and beat the mission. There's so many ways they could go about it. And that's like real life war, realistically. You can't go in with one tactic and think you're going to conquer a whole nation or a whole area, like base, if you think you're just going to go in one way and there's no other way. Like you have to have a key great army has good strategy and good know-how, good weaponry and stuff, and good strategy and know-how and structure. That's the only way you're going to get in and do something like that. So I think Division 3 could really take it to the next step further than Division 2 did in that aspect, and really make the AI something that you don't want to treat just like it's just another bot. You want to be like, hey, these AI are smart. Let me mix it up. Let me kind of use this weapon here first to let them think I'm doing this, and down the road I'm going to surprise them with this. And that's if they choose to make the switch. They're going to make it smart, so it's AI, so it knows. If it doesn't need to make a switch and it knows you're struggling, they're dominating you, they probably won't even make a switch. They'll just press you more or something. That's what I mean. It's AI. It's going to know. Do I press him more? Okay, pressing him more is not going to work. Do I stay back? Okay, staying back's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and switch my build up. He's using a lot of DPS. I'm going to go ahead and get a lot of skills on him. Or vice versa. That's what I think. They have the ability, I feel, with the technology to do that and be able to make the enemy an AI like that. And I think that they need to definitely utilize that in Division 3. That would ensure, as I said before in my last videos, a brand new experience for all agents. Every time you play will not be the same. With the enemy being true AI that adjusts to you, it won't be the same. It's impossible. It's like me telling you every legendary mission you see me run, I'm going to run to the exact same spot, do the exact same cover, run the mission the exact same way and get the exact same results and win. That's not it. You can watch every single one of my legendary runs of helping people all on one screen. You'd see every one of them. It could be the same mission. Every one of them is different. I move different in every one of them. They're all different. But it's more or less the same experience. It's nothing new. In Division 3, if they implemented something like this, everything would be new. You'd see the builds I use change, everything. Everything you'd use would change. They come from a different side of the room because they notice when you guys come in the room, you mostly always go to the right side for whatever reason. Like, they could do this. It's psychology stuff. you go to the right side all the time, so they have the enemy flank you from the left. They come out the left door this time because the game's seeing you're comfortable on the right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a few enemies come out on the left, and I'm gonna make a bunch of them come out on the right to flank you, to get you, because we know that you like doing that. Just things like that. It means you're always on your toes. It's like this game is like it's watching you. It's seeing everything you're doing. It's taking it down, and it's gonna come at you with that. It's the same way your goal is to win is its goal to stop you. That's what I'm saying. That's what they need to create like. And if they do that, man, that will be an experience. That will be like, we're going in. Every single mission we're going in. So be ready. We don't know. We beat the mission last time. We did this, but we don't know what's gonna happen this time. They could do this. They could they could explode this from this area. They could come, from this different angle. They could do a different strategic structure up there. Just different things. And they could also maybe add a mode like where like the mission smartness, like the mission gets smarter. The more you run the mission, the more it adapts to like your play style, till it becomes the ultimate like proficiency rank of the mission. It gets like all the way to the highest peak, to the point like it's literally tailor made for your play style, and then that's the challenge. Try and beat it. That they could do so much. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like Division 2 they could have done that, but I feel like Division 3 these little things like these ideas they could big time capitalize off of. I feel this is just some of my thoughts. This is some of my random thoughts. And I feel like it's something that if implemented well, I think a lot of you guys as well listening would like it as well. I mean, you comment below and let me know like if there's anything I've said that you guys are like, yeah, you know what, that would work, or what are you talking about? You can say you completely don't agree with it. You're going off the handle there, but you could tell me that. But I think for the most part, genuinely, a lot of you guys, I feel, if you listen in this far and you've gotten this far, appreciate it. I feel that you do agree with it, and I feel that there are other additional things that you guys could respectively add to it as well. Not just me, because I feel like there's a lot of ideas I'm missing. There's some things I'm missing that when you guys say it, I'll be like, you know what, they could do that, and in addition to that, they could do this as a result of that, So I think it's just all of us getting together and coming together as a community, and just discussing these things so that the devs can, hopefully come across these videos and listen to them and get key ideas, big time key ideas from these in order to shape the game that we all know and love can be created and made. And that doesn't take anything away from Division 2. I love Division 2. It's a great game. I mean, there's not much I can find wrong with it, really, that much, like here and there. I mean, apart from like different bugs and different things and just not having that much content. But as far as a game and what they made, it's a solid game, and what it can present, it's second to none in my eyes. As far as a looter shooter, it's second to none. It's just a game that I just love and enjoy playing. And it's something that could be addictive. Like if it's done right, it could be in the right way, of course. Addictive in the right way, but it's something you can enjoy, and it's just something that you can get real actual fun out of doing it when you're doing it, because nobody wants to play something where they feel like it's an uphill climb battle every single time they turn it on. So some agents tell me they turn this on, and every single time it's an uphill battle. Every single time they turn it on, it's an uphill battle. It's like they feel like it's every time they put it on heroic. I mean, they don't want to just leave it on a low difficulty, challenging or whatnot, or hard mode. Nothing against that. It's just a lot of them will say they want to get better, they want to put it higher, but they'll say when they do that, it just gets so hectic at times. They're like they feel like it's like they're like fighting something. They're like trying to fight something every time they're trying to just play a game. Then that's not fun. That can't be fun at all. So it's like you want to be able to make it in a way that it can be fun. And by doing what the community's asking, and by putting things in there the community's asking, and doing things that the community likes, that's what makes the game fun. That's what and in return, what we were talking about initially to start this off, that's what keeps players coming back to your video game after years. It's just fun. I mean, the graphics and all that, that's just key other points, and I am a big graphics advocate, as of saying, yeah, if the game can look nice, let the game look as nice as it can be. Like how this game looks realistic and good, I love the look, let it look like that. But at the same time, make the gameplay good. Because as I said, there's two things in gameplay. Two key things. Graphics and the actual gameplay. In a video game. There's two things in a video game. Graphics and gameplay. If the gameplay's graphics are really good, it could sell it, but it won't really get the best scores because of gameplay. If a game's graphics suck and they're not really that good, but the gameplay's great, a lot of people will miss out on that game. They won't buy it, and they'll bypass it just because of its graphics. They won't even want to play it. They'll say it's not worth the time. So if you can get a good mixture of, I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying just for the most part, you guys genuinely know what I mean. Like, if they can get like a mixture of graphics and good gameplay into the mix, that's when a game really shines. Because not only does it look good, it plays good as well. that there's a huge key difference with that. So when that can be done, it's always good. It's always something good. Like, I don't know about you guys. I know I'm touching on rambling on other things, but like for like say the Legend of Zelda series, like I know like it started getting like a lot of like cartoony, and like, I used to like what like Ocarina of Time, like when it was realistic looking, like when they Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess. I liked those Zeldas. I didn't like when it started getting like Wind Waker like and whatnot, and like just cartoonish. I did like the combat and everything in it, but I didn't like when it started getting like that. I know this is going way off, but I was just doing this to make the point of what I was saying earlier, on how if they could get a mixture of good graphics in the game and make the game work and be good and have nice effects, that's where a game shines and becomes that A1 game, that household name at times. And I do know, I kind of said something about, I know like, the Nintendo and whatnot, but that's their thing. They usually go like for the more like kid group and whatnot and different stuff like that. So their things seem to be more played out and whatnot and more bright and colorful. So I guess that's the reason. But I feel if games were made like that, they could be still made in that way, but they were just realistic looking still, and they still have the same shiny effects. I feel that they would just, in my opinion, I just feel they would sell more. I feel people would look at it more and they would get rated higher and different stuff. I just feel people would like it more. But that's just me. It's just my own opinion. But yeah. So yeah, guys, this video is about, it's about like an hour, like 20. I will be working on making it a little shorter for sure. And I won't be talking the entire time. I'll be wrapping this up right now. If you guys do want to continue watching it, you can continue watching this. You can continue watching this all the way down with the sound all the way up. And you can just take the video in and what's going on. And yeah, I'm just doing Project Leto, just showing myself through the entire project for those of you that like seeing what I want to see me run it, see me play, see kind of how I go about it. The build I'm using is the St. Elmo's with the ballistic shield, six skill tier striker drone, and the shield. So it's a fairly strong build. I have a drone that can go over there. It's just an all-around fairly strong build. Easy for this type of content to be able to get through it, even on heroic. So yeah, I'm just kind of showing you that. So if you guys don't want to see that, then I'm sure you can go ahead and watch the rest of it. Usually I would show the whole thing. Like if this was a legendary mission, I would continue the commentary because I want you guys to see there's a reason why the commentary continues going that long, because I want you guys to see every room and what I'm thinking of the room and just the mission in general. I know you guys do love the commentary, so I do bring it to you. But as far as this being just a manhunt, and it's just the next manhunt and everything and whatnot, some of you guys might want to hear the dialogue. I mean, I know you watch other channels, you might have already heard it, but some of you might be your first time. I might be your main channel. Thank you very much, by the way, if that is. Very special place in my heart for you guys, that if this is your main channel for the division. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and turn this off so you guys can go ahead and hear the rest of this. But thank you for clicking on this video. I really much appreciate it. And just know there's going to be more content, much more in the future. You guys just stay there. I could be doing a possible live stream later today. And today would be, what I mean by today, let me see, 1 second. I mean August 6th. So whether this might not be updated exactly maybe on August 6th, but that was today. But I might do a live stream today possibly on that. But anyway, just touching on a note, just in case this does get released on August 6th. But yeah, if you guys want to watch it, you guys can watch me finish it. If it was a legendary mission, if it was anything incursion or raid, anything, I would continue speaking through it because I want you guys to really get my ideas and what I think of each room, anybody's mistakes they're making. If I make a mistake, I want you guys to be able to see that. Just helps you guys out being better agents and just being able to know how to move and whatnot, and myself even. So I like being able to do that. Critiquing is something I like, guys. I really do like watching myself run and play because critiquing is always fun. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Life's a game here. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Keep patient, keep distant. I know you're still you're knocking on the door of those legendary missions. Just keep with it, keep going. You'll get that legendary mission win. You'll get that legendary mission win, and when you do, place that in the comment section below saying that you got that win, and I'll be ecstatic. I'll be so happy. So thank you very much. You guys have a great day, and please enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you.
50% complete. Percent complete.
Finish securing the building.
System curtailed. System restored.
I think can't transfer the data. Might be interference from the structure. Make your way back topside.
System malfunctioning. System reactivated.
Still can't get a clean signal. Something's throwing up interference.
Looks like Black Tusk might have set up some kind of jamming device on the catwalk.
System curtailed. System back online. System malfunctioning. System reactivated. System disrupted. System back online. System malfunctioning. System reactivated. System disrupted. System restored. Device deactivated. Data transfer string opened. Handshake authenticated. Transfer initiated. 25% complete.
Back in the blood war. There goes.
50% complete.
Flank it.
75% complete.
Concentration fire. Hit him. Right here. You take it.
Upload complete. Data transfer string closed.
Slick. Now clean up the rest of the Black Tusk, or we could call today a win.
developed and kind. Records indicate you are capable of great violence. They say a mother's love is fierce. I need to adjust my variables to account for the drive to protect overriding human morality. Thank you for the dataset. My algorithm was incomplete.
We'll need to go through the data to figure out what Black Tusk was after. But the important thing is that we got it and they didn't. Well done. The target is nearby. Facility. It's marked on your map. Target is near you, Agent.
Get over here!
System malfunctioning. System back online.
for.
Bad guys on our flank!
Agent, target spotted.
Can't believe it. We won.
Portable electronic device detected. Hostile restore hive detected. Another agent is now in your group.
Leto, you fascinate me. You fight to protect your community while destroying another because Isaac tells you to. Claire was right. Isaac really is not very sophisticated.
You got the target. Nice. Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
Access denied. Keycard required.
Electronic device detected.
Target near you.
Portable device detected. Hostile control point nearby.
Access denied. Keycard required. Access denied. Keycard required. Access denied. Keycard required.
I got you now. Let's see.
An agent needs assistance.
Please let him be alive.
Supply room access.
You bastard!
That's the target, Agent.
I'm glad you're starting to see the truth about your fearless leader, Manny. And there's only one more test you need to pass. Nix. Before I can tell you about Diamond.
Target neutralized. Good work. That's another one down. Good job, Agent.